Good morning, brothers and sisters. Let's read Holy Bible, because today is Holy Sunday. Well, but before reading, let's remember what I've been talking about the previous Sunday. I told you about Saint Stephen, the first martyr of the ancient Apostles' Church. So, why Stephen? Who was Stephen? And why was he killed? And who killed him? And you remember I was talking about the new apostle Saul, who became Paul in the nearest future. So, he was, let's read it. This is Acts chapter 8. And Saul was in hearty agreement with putting him to death. With putting Saint Stephen to death, the first martyr. And on the day after this happened, a great persecution arose against the church in Jerusalem, and they were all scattered throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria, except the apostles. Why apostles didn't scatter around? They left on their places. Well, think about it. And some devout men buried Stephen and made loud lamentation over him. But Saul began ravaging the church, entering house after house and dragging off men and women. He would put them in prison. So, to put them to death. So. It was Saul. Saul, the new church, alternative church, and he was in hearty agreement with putting Saint Stephen to death. Who was Stephen? Was he an apostle? No, Luke says in this Acts, Luke says he wasn't an apostle. He was only one of the 7 brethren. I don't think so. Luke didn't... who was Luke? Was he one of the 12 disciples, of the 12 apostles? No, he was one of the, I don't know what the disciples. But what Luke says about himself. Luke chapter 10. Let's look through this. Luke chapter 10. The beginning. Now after this the Lord appointed 70 others, and sent them 2 and 2 ahead of him to every city and place where he himself was going to come. So there was, besides 12, there was and 70. So Luke was the 70, maybe somebody else, self-appointed apostles. I'm from the 70. I'm from the 70. This is Luke wrote us about it. And who was Stephen? Why after Stephen's death, Apostle Saul Saul church was increasing, and after this crucial moment in the story in the holy history of the first church, we read only about acts of Saint Paul. You mean the Saint Saul. So, because Luke was reading everything that was agreed by this new apostle Saul, who had another name, another Rome name, Paul. And the last Acts here was written by Luke about Saint Paul and his acts, not the church. And what about the previous church, competitive church in Jerusalem? The church, a great persecution rose against the church in Jerusalem. And this persecution was led by Saul. This is the first church.